Hello everybody. So today what I'm going to do is jazz up the back wall. I think it's been useful sometimes to have a very plain back wall in my videos, but what I'm going to do today is put some artwork up there that I've had for a very long time that I think is going to look much nicer. So I figured, you know, if you make your own videos too, this might be useful for you to see how I'm going to do it. I've got a plan in mind. Also, I didn't know what to do for today's video, but I knew I had to get this done, so the perfect plan, right? Okay, let's go cracking. So what I'm going to do is set the zoom to the kind of level I want it to show off a certain amount of the back wall, and then, yeah, I'm going to mark that off and I'll show you how, so I know what's in frame, you know? Okay, here we go. Okay, so I have this set to a kind of like desired zoom setting. And what I'm going to do is I have some masking tape. So you can kind of see here, I have my little viewfinder on my phone and I'm going to go to the edges, the very edges of the frame, and mark the corners of the frame with masking tape. So you can see here I am. I'm going to sort of bring the tape, looking at this viewfinder until it's just off screen and stick it there. Bingo. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the other three corners. I'm going to do like a vertical one and a horizontal one. This tape is a nightmare. It's super old, so it just keeps tearing thinner than it should. Ah, look at that. Messy. Okay, so now that's done. As far as I can see, there doesn't appear to be anything in the corners. Okay, so I'll pick up the camera and I'll show you what I've done with it. If you can really see it, I've used the masking tape to then put a pen mark in each of the corners. So it means that you can kind of see, I don't think I've got enough room here. So you can kind of get an idea of exactly where the background of your video is going to be. And then you have, that is the canvas for where you want to plan to put your artwork, which I've kind of got down there. You can see there, that is where I put my camera between those lines. So I put the camera between those lines and I know the focal length I want. And then I know that that's going to be the background, you know, those are going to be the lines. Okay, let's put you back where you were. Okay, I think that looks about right. Gonna be, pardon my saggy shorts. Okay, so now I need to think to myself, it's getting hot in here because I've shut the windows. So pardon me if I get a bit dewy. There's kids playing in a couple of gardens over, so I shut the windows to keep the sound out. Oh, what I also have, map of Skyrim, and that I do really like, so I do really want that to be up. This is kind of a monster all its own, right? Like, I think it's going to take a sizable section of the wall real estate. I can see that that's picking up some of the window, that bums me out. Well, maybe there's something we can do about that, who knows. What I'm using are adhesive hooks, because they are, you know, for the most part, pretty removable. So it turns out all of the sticky adhesive hooks we have are rotted out, nasty, and they don't stick. So what I am going to be doing is putting some pins in the wall when we leave this house, which I don't imagine will be for a few years yet. We can polyfiller the holes in the wall and we can paint them. So they will be invisible. Okay, I'll best get on that. Well, it turns out all of my pins are bending. They're bending. So the next up pins I have are huge. I really don't think that I need to be making holes like that in the wall. So I have no way of sticking them up. We have no pins that will go into the wall. I don't want to drill loads of holes into the wall. So where do we go from here? Okay, so I don't know why all of the nails were bending. That's never happened to me before. But I do have a fresh pack of picture hooks, so I guess we'll try those next. Oh, these little things are so fiddly. All right. Okay. camera died. It was getting too hot. These are so fiddly. It's peeling off the back stickers from these. It's like trying to separate atoms. Okay. No, stay there. Now I can't get the picture to hang on the hooks. This was going to be so nice and clean and clever little tutorial, and I can't get anything to work. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Ah! Oh. 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 It pulled a piece of paint off the wall. But it's okay. It's okay. Because at times like this, you just gotta, you know, it's a silly thing. That part's gonna be behind the painting anyway, so it doesn't change anything. We just put sticky on a new hook and we keep going. And this is what we do, we learn by doing. So what you can learn from me there is that if you put one of these adhesive hooks where you just try to put a pin in, so like the paint is already a bit cracked and damaged, you know, it's gonna affect the paint more. It's gonna pull off the paint. Which now obviously seems quite obvious now that it's happened, but the paint didn't look at all damaged apart from the fact that it just had a tiny little hole in the middle. But now we know. How do I get it to... I can't see. No, no. Okay, we've got one. Oh, we've got one. Okay. Now I'm more confident about the next one. This sucks. This sucks. It straight up just reflects the window. Which can't be happening. But ordinarily I'll be using lights. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so all of that basically went completely, universally wrong. The boiler's just started up now, I bet you can hear that as well. Just another thing for the list, right? So what's today's lesson? Today's lesson is learn by doing. I don't regret trying to put those pictures up on the back wall, and I don't regret any of the steps I took that failed to do it. I regret putting this much jack in a string. But again, we learn by doing. Now I have the ugly reflection of the window in that artwork to teach me that don't put reflective surfaces behind you. And I have holes in the paintwork to teach me not to dream. Nah. Let's get into that, actually. Let's talk about, is it ever really a failure if you learn from it? Because I'm very much a person like, I'm learn by doing. Right, like there's only so many books that I can read. There's only so much theory I can do. I'm the kind of person that needs to like dive in. So that means that in a lot of things in life, there have often been things that I have done wrong. And for me, like that makes me feel like I've had a lot of failures, right? It's only in recent years that I think honestly comes of probably being in your like, you know, in your 20s, when you're 20, you care less. Right? It's hard to not care in the moment, but then like, I don't know. I think I have a much more healthy relationship with failure at this age than I did even 5 years ago, right? I used to really beat myself up about stuff that I'd got wrong. And I think that like, you gotta encourage getting things wrong, right? Like, I'm still glad I did it. There's a oh, that's so strong. Some of the best decisions of my life have come after the most awful failures. Right? Like there was Like there was a marketing agency job I used to have a while back, and I was employed there maybe 5 months or something like that, but it was a horrible place to work. And it basically made me feel completely terrible to work there. But at the time, it was the only job we had between me and Ben, so I stuck it through. And the amount of stress and pressure meant that I made a lot of mistakes, and then those mistakes were used against me to sack me, basically. And I mean, at that point, I would have sacked me too. But it was that drive home from that job, and it was about an hour each way. No, about an hour and a half each way, I think. It was a very long way away. I thought it was a very good opportunity when I first accepted that job. But that drive back, I was walking on cloud nine, honestly. Like I could not get the smile off my face. Even though like we faced a uncertain financial future, could not get the smile off my face. And this has very little, if nothing, to do, obviously, with the fact that I've just put holes in the wall trying to hang a map of Skyrim on it. But I think that it has a lot to do with, you know, chilling out. Going easy on yourself, you know. I was getting really frustrated hanging those pictures up. And I don't think there was any need. I don't think I would have done anything differently. And sometimes things just don't go the way you expect they're going to go. Like this video, which is tagged up and titled like a tutorial, and went so horribly wrong that I just ended up getting alcohol and chatting to you guys about my philosophical outlook on failure. Okay, bye.